So, hi everyone, this is for Wednesday the 10th of May 2023, or like I said, no it's not, because everything is timeless, but if it happens to resonate with you on this day, that's great. They're pulling me that magnet again. Don't let yesterday use up too much of today, so that instantly tells me, oh, we're right into this. So again, if you're new, my name's Claire, everything I do is channeling, it's healing, so just pay attention to every word, because even when I'm talking about something, it could be about something completely unrelated to a different situation in your life. I'm having trouble getting the words out, Mercury retrograde. But again, I'm having trouble getting the words out. But that could actually be, I was just guided to that spiritual teacher card there as well. So it could be that either you're coming into more wisdom on your spiritual journey, and you're able to help somebody with where they're at in their journey because it's where you were once upon a time. I mean, that's really that's what I'm doing here. Whatever you want to call what I'm doing here. A lot of the wisdom that I'm spouting is because I'm channeling it from the divine. But when I go into my own personal situations about me, it's what I was put through. I was going to say what they put me through, yeah, but what I was put through on my spiritual journey to go with my dark night of soul, to come out the other side to help others on the ascension journey. Which again, like, if you've followed me these 7-8 years, however long you follow me or less, you'll know that I've been talking about things like ascension and that, like, way before a lot of people were really ready to hear it, which I'm feeling now need to get my cards that I sort of associate with ascension energy. And actually that is the next moon coming up. So if this is for real time, it's Capricorn moon, which is work, 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 work. Very serious life purpose, following your calling, things to do with work, money, kind of energy. It can basically feel very weighty, serious. But it's great for getting shit done. Great for getting shit done. Planning, organising, works. I always really like to focus on knuckling down and just doing anything work related. But when I say work related, I don't mean so much the filming of the videos. I mean like the things that are gonna be like goal related and all that. Just a video. That's all Capricorn stuff, right? And it's 10th house and everything. What else was I going to say there? Right, so I wanted to film these all. Today's Tuesday, so I wanted to film these all on Monday so that I don't need to film them on the day. But it didn't work out like that Monday, Tuesday, so I've just done them on the day. So again, this has been now, I'm hopefully just going to film the rest of the weeks because that really worked when I done that last week. So again, see, this is fucking boring as fuck that I'm saying it, but that is still part of the channeling. So whoever's connecting with this message today, because it's not everyone's, it's about you are taking some time for yourself to plan your life accordingly. But it's like they're saying to me ironically as well, good luck with that, because your plan could go completely up in the air. And I feel that's what this message is about, because they pulled me, they don't let yesterday take up to it, because again, when we're talking about yesterday, that would be the day I'm channeling it, just to confuse matters. And because we are coming, towards the Mercury retrograde ends on the 14th or the 15th there, and then the shadow of it really lasts until the end of May. So go slowly with any kind of communications with anyone, whether it be twin flame related, breakups with karmics, or karmic friendships, not always romantic, or, just because basically whatever happens in the Mercury retrograde, you could go back on it, you could change your mind. So it's why if you're the person that is getting into a relationship with somebody new, so definitely see all the twin flames. But if there's somebody coming into your life and, I don't know, coming at you, like maybe like saying I've changed and I love you and all that kind of stuff, it could absolutely, my wish for it, if you connect for this, that it would be the truth and that it would be genuine. But there is that kind of just caution of, just be aware that somebody could kind of backtrack a little bit, towards the end of the month. So I don't know who that's for, but just take it on board. But just to confuse matters even more, if you have Mercury retrograde, or if you have Mercury retrograde, and if you know actually your persons and all that, not everybody knows their twin flames, but or even anyone in your life that you're having a heart to heart with, or whatever, right? It goes for an argument too, like, so say, right, I'm going to channel that way, like, say there's so see, this is fuck's sake, why are they giving me a complicated one? But basically it's kind of like, as well, like, say any kind of breakup right now might not be a real breakup. Do you know what I mean? So that could be a good thing and a bad thing. Like, so say you're a twin flame and somebody comes to you and it's like, I want to be with you, but they've just split up with somebody. It does happen. I've helped people in these situations, but it's kind of like, they're pulling me the word healing over there. There's been no healing in between. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, we'll just move with caution, because it's like it would be wise to have a friendship to support somebody. But I happen to feel, most people in these scenarios, it's not going to, it is going to be the divine masculines that go into healing hermit mode to get over. That's the ones that go through some really rough shit, which is most, I would say, probably all divine masculine energies that I support anyway. Regardless of gender, because remember, I help a lot of women. I do help some men too, but it's women that get attracted to me that are in these divine masculine situations, just like the woman that I was helping today is in divine masculine energy, and it was very connected to the everything I'd channeled for the one that you would have watched yesterday. It's so confusing. And again, I had sort of said to her as well, like further down the line, she's going to keep me updated on how she's feeling, and when I can channel about what we done in her session, not going too deep into all her stuff, but just to sort of for the purposes of how somebody was and how they are 3 weeks later, especially because that's when the soul retrieval, really the empowerment comes in, if not sooner. Yeah, I'm sure she'll let me do that. But there's something about something could have specifically happened on the Tuesday that was quite unexpected and out of the blue. Now that's giving me the feeling it was maybe something that was took you by surprise and maybe not a very nice way. But again, remember it can be good things that happen to you. So whatever, just let me know if that fits. So I'm just laughing. I keep forgetting to use. Well, I do end up using them, but yesterday I think only used them right at the end, and this is meant to be the flower reading, so it's quite funny. It doesn't matter if I don't stick to the flowers; it's fine. It was for the flower full moon, but talking of flowers, there's a flower on there. The hummingbird's about living in the moment. I always, or whatever it is to you, I always have the perfect relationships both at work and at home. And again, I hope that's for you, but with the nature of twin flames and the nature of most people not being with a twin flame yet, I mean, there are some out there, but most of them isn't the case. This is about something is out of balance at work and at home because someone isn't happy. That is the card from my client session. Body, your body deserves your love. And that wasn't that's not connected to, that's what's weird. It's like my client I had today, some of the feelings that I mentioned, I could see were to do with her, but all the storyline in that is it doesn't connect. So it's just, that's what I mean. See right there's a good example about, that's why I sometimes even say to her, although none of that's probably going to make any sense to you, sometimes I can tell when actually not it really is. The ones that I think are going to make sense to a client, sometimes that can be very Uranus, and someone will get in touch and be like, that thing totally made sense to me, and I totally missed it because it's not my life, but sometimes I can recognise. So, but anyway, this was about valuing yourself. Your body deserves love, and in that client's case it was about paying attention to your health. So but again, what I'm getting now for this storyline, whoever I'm picking up, is somebody's, their home and work is all out of whack and out of balance, and someone's beginning to truly value themselves, their mind, body and soul. Is that what you're saying? What have we got for this? I don't want to be standing here all day because I want to film the rest of the weeks. So, like, and that Capricorn moon, you see, it does bring about very serious, fated karmic situations. Like, and they're pulling me the word karma. I'm going to get those cards because I always get pulled to them. Oh, wait a minute. It's falling over. I always get pulled to these cards and I never use them. Karma cards. Easy, fun to use. Well, I disagree, because when I've tried to use them before, it's not like they're not hard to use. I just find them a bit, I don't know. Maybe I'll start to get into them again. So maybe, see, listen to all the words I'm saying, right? There could be something about that. Fucking hell, I'm channeling a twin flame situ. Somebody felt like this twin flame connection was too much like hard work. That's fucking hilarious. That is honestly what I'm tuning into. Someone was like, this is too much like hard work. I can't do this. But you are the one, and I know we're meant to be. This is like I know we're meant to be together. This is like someone's energy was like, I've got a feeling like something's going to happen with them in the future, but I'm so not ready for this. That is like, I feel like that is somebody's past energy. Let's see. Right, so where's the divine feminine? And remember, if this makes no sense to you, it's not your message. That was very direct in Capricorn. Although I'm an Aries, but I do have Capricorn in my chart because everybody has a bit of every sign. Right, what have we got here? What I'm trying to say is Capricorn and 10th house energy is karma. Destined, fated moments are coming about. Good karma's coming for you, bad karma's coming for you. It all depends on how you've been. And even if you are experiencing bad karma, you know, you can turn it around. So you can start to do better. Don't let yesterday use up too much of today. Do you know what I mean? That even goes for these nasty fuckers that like to send negative energy my way. You know, you can choose to wake up and be a different person tomorrow. It's you're doing that to yourself. Whether you're doing that to me or anybody else. I don't like to pay these people much attention anymore, but when I feel it, I say it, and they got me to say that. Right, so like I always say, I don't need to do anything about it because karma does. If you send negative energy to good people that don't deserve it, don't expect like to get away with that forever. And that's kind of like, you know, it's like I'm laughing whenever I catch a reading and they're like, if it's not going to happen in this life, it's going to happen in the next. Like, I'm the most mystical person you could meet ever with a practical side. But is it just me? I couldn't give a fuck what happens in the next life, right? We're in this life right now. Like, it's kind of like, I very much experience past lives. Like, they're so fucking real. You've no idea. Like, and when you get awakened on the twin flame journey, you do, some of us feel it extremely real. Like, you can feel your past timelines and your past lives with your twin flame, like, crazy mad. And even the divine masculines that aren't as you know, don't really understand all that stuff. Especially if they're like not awakened to the journey yet properly, they can just have this unexplainable pull and feeling, you know, and then when they wake up properly, it's like they'll start to have really psychic experiences, dreams, all that. So maybe this is what's happened to someone. But yeah, anyway, right, I'm quite sleepy now, so I just need to get this out. I forgot even what I was saying now. Right. But oh yeah, that's what I was about to say. But although I do past life regression, I'm a shaman that deals with past life stuff with people, right? I was even doing that today. It was past life, but going back to someone's childhood, so it wasn't like past life where you were someone else in a different life. What that is about to me as a practitioner when I help people with that is you're not in that life anymore. You're not in it, or you're not in that traumatic experience from this life or from that life. You're in the here and now, and that's why they pulled me to enjoy every moment. So whatever it is you went through in the past, in your childhood or in your younger years or whatever, which I feel it's going to be about, you know, you're older now, you're older and wiser, and you don't need to keep reliving the pain of yesterday, if it was as recent as yesterday, or the past. Okay, so basically don't live in a past life if you don't want to. Oh, interesting. Right, okay, so look, and then there, look at this. Yeah, that card again, uplift your thoughts. Orange lily, the name Lily may be significant to someone. Always feel that's like a grand in spirit world to someone. Focus your attention on the many blessings that surround you. By doing so, you'll let go of depression, poor self-esteem, and excess weight. So, I usually do the feminine first, and I didn't actually specify, so that could make sense to a feminine out there. Although it feels like that's a masculine. I think because I was talking about masculine, I kind of confused them. But that is just going to make sense to do whoever. But now I'll actually specify, because I like to say it out loud. Sometimes I don't say it loud, I've said it in my head, but I didn't say, unless I don't know, I was totally zoning off. What is a card for the feminine to go with that as well? So someone again is feeling in quite a low place. I feel reliving past experiences. What is a card for the feminine? Maybe I did say the feminine. Right, we've got simplify your life, Daisy. Daisies could be significant. You've had so much going on that you're spread too thin, and this has to change now so your vitality can recharge. So again, it might be like you're doing similar to what I'm being guided to right now. Like, I'm just being guided to like really give back to myself, and that can be as little as I'm still filming these videos, I'm still publishing stuff each day, but like I said, I'm simplifying my life by just filming them all in the one day, or as many as I can, and then it frees up my time the rest of the week. You know, if I can just have the energy to do that all in the one day, and it just So that's what it is for me. So it's thinking about in your life, where could you simplify your life and maybe delegate things to, people, or if you've got a whole load of stress on your plate, where could you, be like offloading to like a healer or a therapist? Again, that's obviously what someone was doing with me today, and it helped them. And look, laughter heals as well. And again, there's always laughter in my clients as well, even when it's a lot of the really difficult things that I'm helping people with. Uplift yourself and those around you through love and laughter. Right, okay, now let's see, where's the divine masculine energy at to go with that? So this is your inner divine feminine and masculine energy and in a connection. Yeah, and so the divine masculine energy of this particular connection is going through a purification, white rose. By purifying your life and negative people, places and experiences, you attain true peace. And that's interesting because I remember someone actually commenting on that when there was this card came up before, and I think it was like they said, "Oh, I've just seen a white rose," so that's quite interesting. It's like, this divine masculine energy is like really like detoxing of all the negative people, places, experiences to attain true peace. So again, similar kind of storylines that come up all the time. And look, this came out in the day before. I've just filmed today's, right, and this is for the next day, but I'm filming it on the same day. Confusing. And this is the same message. Balance, work, rest, and play. And that's about friendship. It's important for you to have fun along with fulfilling your responsibilities. So again, that's somebody with quite a heavy weight on them, and they're being guided to have a laugh, and then that time with the feminine energy. Right, again, let's just and see, look, I was about to say, like, let's just see what comes out of this, because I'm not too keen on these cards. So it's like, that's change. See, that's the Uranus and Taurus bringing about changes that are a bit uncomfortable, because it's like, I'm not that keen on these cards, but I'm channeling the energy of someone that wasn't keen on going near a twin flame connection, because it felt too alien, too different. And I do feel, because a lot of the themes, that I've helped people with recently, it is about, like, it's really quite alien for some people to receive that unconditional love from someone and there not be a catch. And that is just reminding me again of that train wreck film, which is, again, fucking hilarious, but it's got really poignant bits in it. Being mistrusting of something. Short-term thinking and trips. It's the third house, right? So, third house, what else did it say? By making the right connections. This is the bit I don't like about it, right? We're just, again, I'll take the time to sit down with these cards and see what the fucking hell that's all about. You must need to have them in piles and pick them up. It's probably quite cool, really, when you do it properly, but whatever, I do it my way. And again, that's not a coincidence. I just mentioned the Sun conjunct Uranus. That would be somebody, if you were born on a day, like a baby that's born today, they'd be fucking wild. Like, and I just looked at 1804, which was when I was born. But it's kind and that's interesting, because I was about to say something, about my astrology, is I've not got Uranus conjunct the Sun, but I've got Uranus conjunct the Moon. So that's why my humour is pretty off the wall, and I do things completely differently, and my intuition is very different, and very connected to, very galactic energies. And I was going to say divine, but anybody that is properly, genuinely connected to the, should be connected to the divine, I would hope, or they're connected with demons or something. But it's kind of like, and again, that's not a joke. When they're getting me to say that, that's true. So be careful who you're listening to. I know why they're getting me to say that. I have caught over the years, and definitely I can't even count how many times I've seen it this year and last year, people being like, either sharing big channels, and being like, oh, this person's great, or just in chat, so, like, just seeing people being like, oh, this person's great, and I'm just kind of like, wow, like, and so it basically, what I mean by wow is, wow, like, they get it to a certain point, and then they don't see through people, do you know what I mean? Or they don't see through false light, or they don't see through the darkness, because, and I'm not being led to kind of go any further into that, but I suppose what I mean is, it's like, what would be a good example? Like, so see, whenever I see people in the twin flame community, like, kind of going, like, I don't know, kind of either celebrating the stuff to do with the royals or something like that, and I'm like, wow, like, they are not awake. Do you know what I mean? Like, not properly. And that's fine, some people aren't, like, we can't, but I'm just sort of saying, for me, with where I'm at on my journey, I would find it hard to connect and definitely get support from somebody that is still asleep to the things I am in, if you know what I mean, which is probably why I was told years and years ago it would be a struggle at times to find somebody that's going to be able to heal me with certain things, because there are definitely people that have helped me and still would help me, but again, I also outgrow people pretty quick too, because it's like, oh, you don't, and especially when it comes to the twin flame journey, it's like, which basically, so what they're getting me to channel here is like, be an authority in yourself, you know what I mean? It's like, go for it. It's kind of like what I try to tell people all the time, like, go your own way. This is very Uranus energy that I'm channeling. Like, you can get help and healing and support from someone, but the reason why I always recommend therapy is because it's like what even has happened to me. It's hilarious. Like, I could really empower somebody and give them the strength to speak up and speak up for themselves where it's difficult and have boundaries and say no. And it's a bit of a shitty part of being like this, but I'm always kind of weirdly proud as well. And then sometimes, like, the same people I've helped can actually turn on me, and because they're not ready to stand up and speak their voice to those around them, that the people that they should be doing it, and they hopefully do further down the line, they actually kind of, like, it's like they practice on me, and it's kind of like they're like, yeah, basically, yeah, they could just move. And I don't mean, this is going quite deep, but I do get what they mean, and it's happened with that many people. It's, yeah, it's happened with a lot of folk where it's like, well, yeah, there you go. You see, I was about to say whether it's them outgrowing me or I'm outgrowing them. That's why I don't. There's no sort of blame in that. But what I'm saying is, when I'm observing it from myself, because there'll be a reason why I'm sharing that. It's because now they're pulling me to do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. It's kind of like it's me that's ascending so fast that, yes, some people just can't keep up. It's now what they're, but it can, but until I look at it from that, like in the Hangman, until I look at it from a different perspective, it can feel like people are abandoning me. And again, once again, I'm just stressing, I'm not talking about clients, because, but I've had more than one person do that before, but it's like, it's like, because I never stop growing and changing and pushing through the darkness, and then some people just are comfortable staying stuck, going round in circles a little bit. And again, I go round in circles with my own stuff, but again, it's like, yeah, basically it's Uranus shakes people up, and it shakes some people up too much that they get uncomfortable and they just want to get the fuck out of there. And that does make sense to me. It's like, because I'm a counsellor and I'm listening, even when it's people in my personal life, if I'm always growing and changing at the rate that I am, and somebody doesn't want, they want to be in denial and they don't want to see where they're stuck in toxic patterns, or like, say it's like I'm being shown people where it's definitely karmic family and they don't want to see it, they don't want to be around me, because if somebody is complaining and it's quite obvious, it's, and I'm not talking about the mild stuff, I'm talking about it's really toxic and somebody's, yeah, just very, I don't know, I kind of want to say the word bullying. It's like, it's very complicated what I'm trying to say. I'm kind of like trying to get them to, right, anyway, but I know what they're saying. It's like, it's, certain darkness is needed to see the stars. It's got a lot to do, and this is only for a specific wave of twins, I feel, that are going to really get this. So if other people are not getting it, then you don't need to watch this one today. But it's in order for you to find your centre, because they're pulling me to that over there, something that says that people will be taken out of your life, and any number of reasons could come about. Like, they could give you reasons that, because I can think of it over the, like, when I've had kind of people just go a bit weird on me, and some of that, I'm going to be blunt, is to do with some of the fucking jibber jabbers that some people decided to take, and it turns off empathy and it makes people, yeah, it changes people's personalities. I'm sorry if people don't agree, but I've actually seen it, and I've removed this stuff from people, and yeah, that is the truth. If you wake up to that and you do something about it and you transmute it and you get the healing, there's hope, right? But that honestly is what I've seen. But I'm even talking about people that isn't, and it's like, This is coming up again. It's like they're talking to me about jealousy and stuff. It is. It's like those close around you that, like, when they don't do the shadow work and the kind of you moving forward where they once saw you stuck then makes them quite jealous or envious. I don't know who that's for or what it's about, but they're talking to me about it, and they were talking. I mentioned that in a client session as well. The nurturing feelings, the moon. So the moon is your feelings. Look, and it's got defend. And then we've got Gemini. See, I don't like these cards. I should have trusted myself. Look, I should have trusted myself. Whenever I use them, I don't like them. But I'm going to actually read the book and see what the fucking hell you're meant to do with them. But third house in Gemini. So maybe somebody's got, oh right, wait a minute, that's how you must. Never liked them. Oh, wait a minute, yeah, look. Oh, now I do like it. I get it. Right, okay, sorry. See, I mean, this is my dyslexia and distracted. Right, I need to just fucking hurry this video up because it's getting on my tits. This one feels really confusing. So this must have been a confusing twin flame situation or a confusing karmic situation or a confusing family, something. But someone watching this, either you or your twin might have a moon in Gemini in the third house. And that would be really Gemini because the third house is Gemini. Fucking hell. And moon in Gemini is very here, there, all over the place. Lots of ideas. Right, okay. So I'm just going to wrap this one up because I feel a bit tired actually. Okay, because I had a live session today, when I've not been doing a lot of them, that's going to need to get an early night, I think. Right. What healing does the feminine need? Change positions. I'm laughing because for one of the shorts for this week, and I don't know if it was today, but it was one of the days this week because I've filmed them all, it was get a second opinion, which is kind of similar. And it was like, I feel someone might be going to the doctor about something and they're not getting the answers and you need to go to a shaman. And that's exactly what that was one of the things that I helped my client with today is, yeah, things that she's been going to the doctor for. It's not the doctor can't help. And then it's like she gets led, because that person's very good, works for me. She comes to me when she's guided to. And sometimes that could be 6 months, sometimes that could be less, sometimes it could be more time in between. But it's like, it's trust that. If you're getting, and it doesn't need to be that the doctor isn't giving you the answers and you come to me specifically. It could be just any other physician, like change the health practitioner that you're going to, or healer, or whatever you want to call it. It could even be that you are seeing a counsellor, but you don't gel with your counsellor and you're being too nice and people pleasing, and you really need to change and get another one. One of my pet peeves is I cannot stand when people say they don't like counselling and they've based it on one person. No, maybe you just didn't like that person who is a human being as well. And again, I say it all the time, it might be controversial, but remember, my moon is conjunct the Uranus, where that's conjunct the sun today. I do things differently, and what I'm going to say is about, it's controversial, and Uranus energy is controversial. I worked with a lot of counsellors when I trained, right? And a lot of them were not very nice. There was a lot of lovely people, but there was an alarming amount of people. There was bullying and everything that went on. Honestly, there was email bullying at one point. I'm not even shitting you. I was like, what in the fuck? So, some counsellors are not very nice people. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for leading me to the best healer for this situation. Amen. It could even be, right, so there's two things, right? It could be that, yes, this is about you going to a doctor, the doctor hasn't got the answer, you go to a healer of any kind, and they do have the answer. That happens with my clients all the time, right? Like I said, they'll be going to the doctor doesn't find the answer, they come to me, I find the answer. It's not because the doctor's wrong in a lot of it. It's not because the doctor's wrong, it's because that's not what that doctor has got any awareness of. They've got their consciousness is like totally not on that level. Whereas a shaman, I can go in and, I basically jump timelines and dimensions and walk between the worlds, and, it's, unless a doctor is into doing that too, most of them don't. Although I do, can I say, I remember I'm being shown a situation when I was supporting, I can't really go into details, but basically I was supporting a situation. The doctor was actually very open to the spirit world. That is rare as fuck, but I loved it. It was very refreshing. It was just a situation when somebody was passing the spirit world and someone happened to say, "Oh, Claire's a medium," and the doctor was quite interested in talking, and I found that amazing, really. But basically, yeah, someone needs to trust themselves. But this could even be like, you are going to somebody for healing of your situation. I don't mean they're healing you. I mean, you are in pain and you're talking to somebody about your problem, thinking it's going to help you, heal you, but they're making it worse. It could be like you're talking about, so say the people in a relationship, say you've had an argument with someone you care about, right? Whether it's about love or any other family or anything, and you're going to somebody and the person you're talking to is giving too much an opinion, they're actually making it worse. But again, it's your fault for listening to that. I mean, I don't like saying fault and blame, but the point is, what they're saying to me is, it's like, it's your job to recognise that. So I actually kind of feel it's one of these dynamics where somebody is talking about how challenging it is with their twin flame and what the feelings that the twin flame brings up, and I think it's somebody that is not on the twin flame journey is like, it clearly just isn't meant to be, as they keep pulling me to, you are the one and I know we're meant to be together. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like complicated, but it's something like that. Right, where's so remember that was on the divine masculine side, but that could be, sorry, the divine, oh, see, no mistakes. Fuck, see what I mean? Quick, the messages are coming in. That is this Uranus energy. I'm not kidding. That's why I'm like that all the time when I channel. But because the sun's conjunct Uranus and my Mercury's in Taurus, and it's fucking making me going, it's too much today. It's too much this week. But yeah, it's like somebody wants a new beginning, I feel, with a twin flame, and it's like someone around them is like, if it was meant to be, it would have happened by now, and just all this kind of shit. Yeah. Because now they're pulling me to calling in the one, that's a book, and so maybe someone's read it or needs to read it or something. And again, that's what, when I was doing a course with some of the ladies a while back, it's about your subconscious blocks to love, working through what is stopping you, what is self-sabotaging you in love, really. And like, it goes back to the childhood wounds and the trauma. And again, it's Venus and Mars and Cancer. Cancer is trauma. It is family. Oh yeah, and look at what I just chatted about. Okay, what's for the masculine? Or it could be the masculine's feelings. Sunlight. Dear Archangel Raphael, please help me enjoy the benefits of sunshine in safe and healthy ways. Someone's happy the sun's out. Prayer works. Dear God and Archangel Raphael, thank you for hearing and answering my prayer of, and then you can insert your prayer, and I'm sending you love for that. And improving health. Yeah, look, someone's not in a good place and they're getting out, they're moving. Again, I do feel somebody is really happy that the weather is getting better wherever you are. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for your comfort and reassurance about this situation. And the sunlight is genuinely hitting. Again, the sun has the light codes and the energy that we need to pick our mood up. Right, so what can you give us some details about this very random energy? But someone's, I wasn't honest with my feelings. I wasn't honest with you about my feelings at the time. It does fit. Although I need to watch it back to really piece it together, but it does need to make sense to me, right? It needs to make sense to whoever it makes sense to if they find it. But I wasn't honest with you about my feelings at the time. Somebody, again, what I channeled at the start, it was something along the lines of, they had a feeling that you're meant to be together and you are the one. But it's like it's like this one wasn't ready for the one. Maybe that's the title. You brought out the best in me. I came alive in your presence. But now they're starting to be like, I feel this is somebody beating themselves up about. It's like I'm getting all these really uncomfortable feelings about somebody being like, they did bring out the best in me, and nobody since then has brought that, whatever the feelings out in them. I've committed to someone else because they don't challenge me, you see, and that is what. So somebody picked another person, several different situations, and just basically fucking anyone that wasn't the twin, even though they made them feel alive, because they weren't ready to be honest about their feelings to themselves. Never mind the twin or anyone else. But I miss looking into your eyes and into your soul. That's a twin flame connection, right? We won't pull any more, but what's this one say? I wish I could take back the hurtful things I said. It was wrong to take out my frustration on you. And I feel this particular twin flame may have pushed their twin away. And that's interesting, because that did come up when I was talking with somebody this week, that they just said that is what they do, which is what many people do. And a lot of you watching this, if you resonate with being a divine masculine, will be the person that does that. And it comes from a place of, you've learned that. And some divine feminines may still do it or done it in the past, or or you could do it if you're triggered, you know, all these different things. But it's that kind of thing of somebody said really hurtful things to you at some point, in like a panic to defend themselves because they learned that as a child. And I feel somebody's like in deep regret about that now. Is that, I don't know if this is going to clarify, but I can, yeah, look, I can feel you pulling away. Have you moved on? And it's like they're worried that it's like they're unable to come back from it. So they send telepathic messages. To like reassure you. It's like songs and stuff that come your way. I'm battling my addictions. This is basically somebody that didn't face their feelings about a twin flame connection, but didn't face their things about a lot of things that they needed to face. And they are now, and I pushed you away because I was scared, yeah. So it's all, I could see how that all fits for whoever it's meant to. But look, I love you. I mean, straight to the point, like someone's like realising that they do actually love you, and it's that kind of feeling of, they've always loved you. I want to come back home to you. You're where I belong. I got a tarot reading on you. Is that not just hilarious? I just think somebody, you know, you just get an image of like your fucking divine masculine or something sitting down with a gypsy or something. It's just, and I shouldn't say that because I mean I'm still like I sit with a crystal ball and a fucking scarf around my head, but that is the image I always get. Somebody out there, like, out their comfort zone getting a tarot reading. That's funny. Of course it will do, but it'll just be with somebody really genuine. Well, hopefully if they go, oh, that's a good point. If they go to fucking, I was about to say if they go to genuine folk that are just, you know, following their calling like what I'm doing, but there are some of the really big channels, and some of the scammers and some of, yeah, anyway, it's a minefield out there, so just be careful, whoever. And that it always worries me for the Twin Flame Collective because, I mean, but when I say worry, I don't fucking sit up all night worrying about it. It would just be a lesson for the person to see through. But if you don't trust yourself and you go to an expert about it and they tell you something about your Twin Flame journey that doesn't resonate, a lot of people don't trust themselves enough and they'll go with what that person says, and that's wrong. That's like when I'm doing a reading, I always say to people like, look, you know better what this is about than me. But if something doesn't make sense at the time, hold it, because I read the future a lot of the time. And a lot of the time someone will be like, oh, I didn't get what you meant then, but I completely get it now. And like I say, sometimes people can eat their, it's not like people say to me, oh, I don't get that, that's all the shit, right? But they might think it. And I can always tell when somebody didn't get what I channeled. But I say, I just let it go because I'm a clear channel. I don't fucking sit about it. Like I say, I don't sit worrying all night. I know that what's saying is the truth. I know that what I'm channeling is the truth because it's not got nothing to do with me. I'm just letting the words flow through. But yeah, that is the conversation I had with my client today. This is really deep, but it's like you may be able to do that for yourself. So it's basically one twin is able to discern the truth from a lie, fact from fiction. One twin, not so much. Like they could be, yeah, it's kind of like, it's like when I channeled that about if somebody was like, if a twin was to push another one away by being like, look, I don't feel the same, leave me alone, or whatever it is someone was saying about stronger or less strong. And somebody with very low confidence could be like, oh my god, they don't love me, I don't feel good. And it's kind of like, whereas somebody that had done the work on themselves would be like, I know they're talking absolute bullshit, but if that's what they're saying to me right now, I'm going to do my thing and leave this person alone. That's what it's about. It's like, just because you would handle a situation better than they, it's just different people have different experiences, and it's just to be whoever that, this is doing my tits in, whoever that is to be mindful about. See how I'm getting so irritated? I feel this is the person that's like, that's why they didn't want to go near this connection, because it brought up so much anxiety in them. And again, your twin does do that. Your true twin flame brings up all your childhood trauma. It's not like that's what happens every day when you're sitting up in your breakfast or your fucking morning coffee, you know what I mean? That wouldn't be very fun, and I could see why people would run forever from their twin. But at first, yes, it will. But that's when you go into separation. And then even reunion and stuff, that can bring up, when you see them unexpectedly, remember that's what the energy is today, the day I'm channeling this. But it could happen whenever, because twin flame connections are like that anyway. There is a Uranus element to it where it can just fucking it all happens out the blue. And it can be good or it can be not so good, but it's always there for your growth. And then the energy settles down. Oh, that's a lot of energy. I'm facing my darkness right now. And again, you see somebody that's facing their darkness. If you, like, say, if you go to poke a boar in a boar, well, that's. I thought I was going to say a bear in a cave. You're going to get a fright. You leave the bear in the cave to come out themselves, right? You fucking get the fuck out there if it's a literal bear, but you know what I'm saying. Somebody could have a bear as a power animal with me saying that. It is one of my many ones. But I did say boar, and the boar is a power animal you wouldn't fuck with. I remember doing a soul retrieval once on someone, and I very much saw their karmic energy was in their life to teach them to stand up for themselves. And there was a lot of fear around this person in their life. So yeah, me saying boar won't be a mistake. These are all conversations I've had with people this week. It's quite interesting. It's like when someone's got a very narcissistic hold over someone. Controlling energy. And I feel it's like a twin that, because they've had somebody be very like that with them, or many people, just attracted people that spoke to them like shit, basically. It's really what I'm getting. They're having to face the healing around that and why they lash out or defensive to people that are good to them. So that could be friends, or I'm getting the feeling it's like when someone lashes out at a twin. So it could be those of you that have got more contact with your twin, like, the ones of you that are like more sort of friends and not spoke about the deeper feelings or something, or the someone that's in denial, like literally, like you could say, we've got something, and it's like I'm getting this energy of somebody being like, I don't like you like that, but it's like they do, so it gets very confused. It's a fucking minefield, but that is what I'm getting, and it's like, but someone's, like you said, this is like a conversation I had with somebody recently. It is like someone was admitting to themselves, like, I don't want to be like that. And I do lash out and say things I don't mean. And then I'm like, why did I say that? And that is exactly the scene in that film that I've been channeling. And again, you might be like, what are you talking about? Because it might be the ones I haven't published. But in Trainwreck, she does that. She's really nasty to him. They've fallen in love. She's been on a destructive, dark path of getting drunk and does she do? I don't know if she does drugs and that, but anyway, it's like there is a funny bit. There's a hilarious bit. Well, there is just really funny, but anyway, but she's it could be any. It's like she's on a destructive path, drinking too much and having casual sex, and it's just all like she's it's just rolling from one traumatic situation to the next. But when you're in the fun, you don't think that you're just enjoying every moment until you get in later life and you're like, some people would be like no regrets, and that's I think you should have no regrets anyway. You done what you wanted to do at the time. It all sort of comes back around to working itself out in the end. But it's somebody that's not, this is not somebody that's looking back being like, oh, that fun was right. It's someone that's looking back being like, seeing why they treated themselves like that. Oh god, this is too deep, right? Again, I'm channeling this energy too strong. I'm facing my own darkness right now. So basically, if you're the person that tries to contact somebody that's doing that, don't, basically. You're going to get a fright, is my feeling. Like, they're not talking to you right now for a reason. They're healing. Oh my god. This is so funny. It's like when Spirit's like, or God's like, look, I've just fucking told you what that person's doing. Why did you shuffle? You're the right person at the wrong time, right? I mean, if that ain't the energy I just channeled, I don't know what is. Just going to pull a random healing card. This one, inner child. Yeah, there's healing inner child wounds, and it's very much what I was helping a client with today. Shit's kicking off. Tower card. 16 is the tower card. Do we need any more? I'm picking up the love card. So remember, there are some kind of ones that are a bit hard hitting in here, and they're not really hard hitting, but what I'm trying to say is most of these messages would be lovey-dovey, so I'm wondering why I'm picking these up, but I'll see when I Why are we picked these up? Right, share your dreams together and encourage each other to make them reality. I feel it's like somebody is trying to battle their darkness so that they can see that it's the devil in their ear. It's the fear speaking to them, telling them you've fucked it up, you went too far, and you can't get your dream. But what this person needs to do is be like, silence that voice in their head, like I said to my client, and counteract that by doing the scary thing, being vulnerable with your true love, your twin flame. This is the romance of a lifetime. Basically, it is this kind of feeling that's coming up in the collective, and it's timeless. So it's not necessarily this is happening. Well, it's happened to someone this week, but who it is, fuck knows. Like, do tell me in private. But it's kind of like, it's channeling the energy of when it happens, and I always set intention that the person that this is finds it, but it's like, are you going to let the devil energy and the fear win and your childhood past trauma? Or are you going to, like, I was going to say fight for this love, and then that makes me want to sing the song, but it's like, don't push the feelings down. Take the time out to explore your deep emotions you're experiencing. Sit with your trauma, and that very much does look like a child's hand. That looks like, that's what I'm seeing there. That does look like that. That doesn't look like adults' hands. It's like inner child healing. Or an adult holding it. It's something like that. Inner child healing. I think someone's going to push. I feel this is someone's pushing through their fear. Because they don't want to let the love of their life go. Yeah, look, give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership. And she looks like she's having none of it. I'm telling you, this is somebody that's pushed somebody too far. It reminds me of the end of Closer again. But this person wants to show them that they're ready. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully, and it's because this feminine, I always say this about this deck, but there's not a lot of cards where there's one person. It's always like coupley things. But this person decided to take their energy back and focus on themselves, and it's made them very magnetic to their twin. And now it's time for the forgiving and the learning. I always think that guy's like, what the fuck did I do? And that's like, look. This is like, forget the genders, but it's like that's a divine masculine, and this person's like, look, yeah, you know, some of the stuff you done was pretty shitty, and I knew you were lashing out, but I forgive you. As you release and heal the past, you forgive more love, you experience more love in your present moment. But what I'm saying is somebody that's went through that much trauma and had their mind fucked by people would be like, what's the catch? But you're being told to stay optimistic about your love life. Make the offer where you want to make it. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. You're being tested. But this person, look, there's a fuck my life guy. And he does feel like he's fucked his life. That is what I'm feeling. Or she does. Whoever this is going to be about. Confusion. All seekers of truth experience confusion. Ask the divine to provide the answers you need. Engagement. Your love life's ascending at a higher level commitment. This is about the twin flame journey. People in the twin flame journey, that is, you are ascending to the next part of it. And for some people that is union. Yeah, so look, right, okay, I'm going to stop now because it's, look, yeah. Wish upon a star. Make a wish and expect the very best. It's like basically you're being tested on your own worthiness and your own deservingness. Are you going to keep telling yourself you don't deserve this, you're not good enough, because that's what people made you feel like around you, growing up, in relationships, whatever it is, whoever this is for? Relax, everyone's okay, don't worry, it's all going to be fine. Basically, and I don't like wording because you can't always say something's going to be fine to someone. There are situations in life where no, it's not fine, and it's not going to be okay. Like death kind of springs to mind, you know, you can't bring somebody back from the dead. I mean, I can talk to them when they're on the other side, but you know, that's, and so can you, so can anyone, but it's, you know what I'm saying, it's not the same as a physical hug. But this is like somebody's thinking the worst, and love heals fear. The power of your love can help bullies and angry people be less afraid. Yeah, it's someone in the darkness, and by the love that is coming from a divine feminine to their masculine, you are healing them. It's just, I feel, if you do get evidence in the physical, like I say, I just feel that somebody's still in a lot of pain, so it's not going to be pretty. The how is in the now. What has your intuition been trying to tell you? 30, right? I feel this is a weird one, but it was nice validation. I feel it's validation for someone watching this. I feel the 30th of May, something significant is going to be about that. could be somebody, oh, if I know that's somebody's birthday that watches here, so it could be like someone's birthday, an anniversary, it could just be something happens around that time. It could be this whole situation is completely turned around and you're in the dream. So I feel someone's in a nightmare and you could be in the dream by the 30th of May. If you choose to think positively about this. And but yeah, what has your intuition been trying to tell you? I feel this is the person that this is for, is like your intuition's been telling you to trust your twin. But it's also been telling you about who you can't trust. And I just kind of feel this person's had a lot of mixed feelings about that. And I feel today this is somebody that has contact with their twin. And like I say, it's kind of like someone's taking something out on someone that doesn't deserve it. Seeing beyond. I mean, this is just, I love this, by the way. I really do. Sorry, I say that, so I've been said that in the last one too. And I don't usually say sorry, so fuck that. I'm taking the sorry back. That maybe you say sorry all the time and you don't need to. Someone's having a third eye awakening, a twin flame. 36, someone could be 36, or it's like 3 and 6 is 9, 9 is endings, today is the 9th. But someone's seeing beyond what they couldn't see before. I can see clearly now the rain is gone, all that kind of vibe. It's just what they saw has really shook them. I really do feel, I can feel it very strongly, and I'm going to tap out of this because it's actually giving me a feeling like what I was getting in my client session today. But as we know, that's going to be connected. It's like an anxious kind of feel. So I feel the person connecting with this, you suffer from feelings of anxiety quite strongly, or panic attacks or something. And again, I've spoke over the years loads about how I used to have panic attacks all the time. I don't now. It would depend on what was being, I could go into that place, but thank God I haven't for a while. So I do get that. So if you do suffer with stuff like that, don't suffer in silence, and come and get the support you need. But I'm starting to burp quite a lot now, and that's when I'm transmuting the energy and I'm quite tired. I'm so tired that I need a fucking break before I film the next one. Anyway, please like, comment, subscribe, book a personal session if you feel drawn to me, and take care of yourself. See you later. Bye.